Blah 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 blah
Blah,
blah
blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's turn on. Is it on? Oh, it's on. Blah, blah, blah. We're back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I remember the episode where like
I missed you.
episode 3. I missed you too.
Okay, episode 5 are we at now? Don't stop it. Let's just keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we not check the
Oh,
mics?
the mics. Yeah. Imagine we talk for an hour.
It's so funny. Like in every video, you're saying something, and I'm like,
All right, we got our bloopers.
Yeah. Hello, we are back with our curly combos.
Combos.
Oh my god.
What up?
Should we record that and put it in the
combos. Okay, what episode are we on? You're the one that knows these better. It's like the couple that like
is it
one
5?
person in the couple knows the anniversary and the other doesn't.
Is it like,
It's
oh,
5, right?
So we've been
Yeah.
dating for like
5 months.
Actually 3 years. I think it's the fifth one.
Fifth one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're good.
It's the summer episode. We're
Yes.
in July now,
Yeah.
and we want to talk about traveling.
Yeah.
And vacations and what traveling has taught us, and just see where it goes.
Yes. So I am back from vacation and you're gonna go on vacation.
Yes.
So let's start with that.
Yeah, tell me about your vacation. Where'd you go? What'd you do? What'd you learn?
I went to Cyprus, to Limassol, and it was so great. I loved it. I think it was one of my best vacations ever, and I even told my family that. So the squad, the vacation squad, was me, my sister, my mom, and my grandma.
Nice.
We're always traveling together, and it was so great. And I was very excited about it because my life is always like active, doing 100 things at the same time. But the vacation was going to be like a relaxing one by the sea and just enjoying and doing whatever I wanted, plus studying because
Okay.
my master's is actually it's my 6th week
Okay.
of the master's,
Nice.
so that too. But it was so great and I loved it, and I was like, finally I'll have my slow life. I mean, I love being active. We were just talking
Yeah.
about it a few seconds ago, but this was the time when I needed to recharge because I was like literally like 0% of battery, and I was like, nah, I can't. Even when we reached the Cyprus, it was like the first 2 days I was literally dead. I couldn't move. I was feeling really bad. I couldn't turn the vacation mood on, but then when it was on, it wasn't off anymore. But it was
Nice.
so great. I mean, it was like 9 days. It was so worth
Wow,
it.
9 days of beach.
9 days.
9 days of beach.
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought you said 90s.
no,
I was like,
I don't know if I can do 9 days of beach.
no, I'm in love. I'm in love. I could sit by the sea and stare at the sea
What
for
is-
hours.
Yeah, so what does it do for you? Like what does it give you?
First of all, I need to tan, and it takes so
true.
much time.
That's true.
And then I come back and everybody's like, "Oh, you're
You're
not
not
tan." I'm
tan.
like,
It's
look at
because
me.
you wear sunscreen. Wear sunscreen.
Yeah, I am doing that, but also this year I've been trying the oil thing that has SPF in it,
Nice.
but also is helping you tan. But almost nobody noticed my tan, so I hope you do.
No, you did get a glow.
No,
you did
so
get a
look.
glow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I like that, and I can do it in like 3-4 days.
True.
I love riding by the sea. I love just enjoying the sound and then just staring at it for hours. And the funny thing for me, the funny kind of discovery for me this time was that I've always thought I would love to work or study by the sea. I would be like, imagine those Pinterest pictures and all of that. And then this time when I actually had to do that, I was like, I don't want to work and study by the sea. I just want to enjoy it and just,
Yeah.
lie and just, look at the sea and just enjoy the sound. And the fact that you can enjoy life and be in a more slow mood and just breathe.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have any revelations or anything on this vacation by the sea? Like, did you learn anything about
That
yourself?
was that,
or-
for example,
yeah.
that I've always thought that I would want to work and study. And then at this point, I was so burnt out that I really wanted to just do nothing and just enjoy the sea, That's that. The second thing is that I've known this before, but this time it was yet another, kind of emphasis on that, is that I think it's because, and this is the connection that I'm making. I think I'm more of a fiery person, and the water is kind of the opposite, and that's why, and that's why when I go into the water, it's kind of calming me down. It's like putting some water on fire, and you're
That
like,
makes sense.
you know, it's making the sound as like,
Wow.
the fire is being extinguished, and I don't know. I love that. And the third one, which again, this one is a revelation to me. It's gonna sound weird. Especially to the people who know me, is that I love interacting with people, but this time on vacation I was like, please nobody talk to me. Like I didn't want to have new encounters, didn't want to put effort into new interactions and new relationships, because I was like, I can't spend my energy on that this time, because I really have 9 days to recharge and go back and start this crazy lifestyle. So
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I think you knew what your purpose was, and you wanted to really recharge and get to know yourself more and give yourself self-care, and you did that and you came back so refreshed.
Yeah, I needed
the office
that.
was quiet for about 9 days.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. People are like, and now everybody who meets me, it's like, so how was Cyprus? And I've told this story for like 100 times already, and I'm like, okay, so let's start from the beginning. Look at my tan.
Yeah. You're like, I got one shade.
Yeah, for me it's like a huge achievement.
Yeah.
Because I've been putting some work into it, but just because I feel like it gives me more confidence.
Yeah.
And
everybody looks good with a tan.
Yeah, for sure. But it's also important to be safe.
Of course.
So I was trying to balance it all out. And I think it's always visible when you're coming from vacation. People see it. Yeah. It's so obvious. So I see that now you're going on vacation. So tell me about yours.
Okay. So, well, back in April, I went to Portugal. I went to Lisbon for the first time. I was blown away by how amazing that city is and how more people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard anybody, since I've told them I've gone, I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about Lisbon, but no one, I feel like, at least in my circles, people weren't really talking about it. So I was like, oh, this is so amazing.
I know 1 to 2 people have been there.
You know people?
Yeah. And from the company as well.
I guess maybe on this side of the world people go, but like in America, no one really talked about going to Portugal. So in any case, for me, it was a very big surprise how amazing it was. Lisbon felt to me a little bit like San Francisco because they have the Golden Gate Bridge, like literally an exact model, the same architect built it. It's by the water, there's trolleys, like there was just, but then it's European and it's like Spanish, you know? It just, sorry, not Spanish, Portuguese, right? Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correction there.
It's okay.
It was just such a beautiful city. I really enjoyed it. So for me, I've realized that I like a mix of relaxing, but I also really like to explore. And so it was just nice to, go to museums and go to sites and eat some amazing food, of course, right? Like on vacation, you just try things that
you just eat and don't think about anything.
Right. And like, so there was one in particular, and what I love about traveling too is like the spontaneousness of things, how like you'll be walking by something or you'll run into something and it's just like, it changes the course of your day. So one day, my friend and I, we were just on our way to a music show and we walked by this restaurant. It was like a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. We look in, there's so many people. It was so cute. And on the way back, we're like, oh, let's grab a drink there. So we like sat at the bar, we grabbed a drink, and we started noticing like the plates and stuff. We're like, this place feels like we have to come back for dinner. So we ended up booking for like the next night or the night after our last night to go to dinner there. And it was the most mind-blowing dinner.
It's funny how we feel things, right?
It was, like we were just like, there was a vibe here. And it was, so it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, they opened it together. And I think she's in the kitchen and he was on the outside, like kind of hosting and stuff.
It's always so special when that
happens. There was magic. And so we both loved it. We ended up buying like merch, like t-shirts. It was called Guancho. If anyone ever goes to Portugal, Lisbon, go to Guancho. I think it means nail. Yeah, I think it means nail in Portuguese.
Wow.
Anyways, so that was like such a soul quenching like experience to
quenching.
Yeah, soul quenching. Yeah. So I was in Lisbon and by the way, I want to preface this by saying I've never taken this many vacations back to back, but I think it's because I'm in Armenia and Europe is so close. Like there's no way I would have been able to take this many vacations. So then I went to Paris 2 weekends ago for the weekend, which again, I would never be able to do that.
I didn't know the
You didn't know
Paris
that? Yeah, that was
one.
last minute. So my cousin was in town from LA, and she and I had gone to Paris for my 40th birthday a couple years ago, and she'd fell in love with Paris, and obviously, I love Paris. And so she was in town
it your
for a
first
month.
time?
No, it was my fourth. Sorry, don't mean to brag. I just love Paris a
But I
lot.
mean-
I just love Paris a lot.
Yeah, me too.
But my cousin was in town for a month in Armenia, and I was like, hey, like, do you want to go to Paris for the weekend? Because we had that Friday off. Remember that Friday?
Yes.
And I didn't have to take any vacation days. So long story short, she's as crazy as I am. She's like, let's go. So we booked a ticket. We went Friday morning until Sunday late night. And it was amazing. And I mean, it was a little overwhelming because we wanted to pack so much into 2 days. So I don't recommend doing 2 days. We rode the metro nonstop because we were going from here to there to there. But one really fun experience that I want to talk about. So apparently there's a music festival that happens there every year.
Yeah.
Where there's like all these DJs and stuff all across the city.
yeah,
I didn't
it's-
know about it.
I guess it's the Festival of Music.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we didn't know what was happening. We're at dinner Saturday night in the 11th arrondissement. I can't say
Ooh.
arrondissement.
Wow.
So then I'm like Googling like bars, and there was a bar like down the street. So we make a left, we go down this alley, and it was just a block party. Just everyone dancing, music, DJs. So it was just an unexpected turn of events.
Out of all the weeks
It was
and
out
days,
of all
right?
the weeks. We had no idea. We're thinking, oh, this is just a Saturday night in Paris. No, it turns out it's a festival. So we went to one pub, danced, drank, hung out, and then went into the crowds, hung out, whatever, for a couple hours. So that was really fun. But yeah, it was very tiring. I'd say like I wouldn't do 2 days anymore. And then the final vacation coming up is next week. I'm going to Venice for 1 day and Mallorca for about 4 nights. And it's for a friend's birthday. So I'm accompanying her as like a, let's celebrate you. And I'm always down to.
Is it just the two of you?
It's just the two of us, yeah. So stay tuned for what I learned from that. But yeah, I'm excited. And again, like I'm trying to really take advantage of the fact that I'm so close to Europe.
Yeah.
And trying to really I think as I get older, so you make money, you have a paycheck, and you realize, okay, what are the things that I want to spend on? For me, when I was younger,
100%
I would buy so many clothes, so many bags. I mean, I was a fashion girly, right? Like
Yeah.
always buying things.
Yeah.
And as I'm getting older, I'm like, I literally would rather spend my money on vacation, on food. So like even when I was in Paris, I think I bought maybe this top from H&M, like a couple of things from like Zara and H&M, like not trying to go all out. I would rather at this point spend my money and go on 3 little vacations a year as opposed to buy stuff. I mean, of course, stuff is nice too, but my point is if I'm gonna have to pick, so I think that's why I've also been able to do it because I'm close to it, so it's cheaper for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a priority at this point in my life because as we know with traveling, your mind expands, your soul expands,
Change of
everything
scenery.
expands.
So true. Change of scenery. That's my favorite time. The only thing is like I don't like packing because
Really?
like there's so much because I am very like specific. I try to take everything so that it's like I don't lack anything in those few days. And then I know a lot of people are not like that.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
like,
not like that.
just a backpack and that's it. I'm not like that. I'm like, so my hair care, my skin
yeah.
care, all of that, and it takes already so much
Ah,
space.
well, you might have to have a vacation.
In the past, I would take my diffuser too.
Oh no, you have to have I think you have to have a vacation style and thing. And I think because it's like, okay, like for example, Paris, we went literally with a backpack. I had never traveled with one backpack. So imagine. So I think for me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna rewear.
Not there yet.
I'm gonna rewear, like, let's say the skirt that I'm gonna wear at nights, I'm gonna rewear those, but I'm gonna change the tops.
Yeah.
Or like, maybe I'm not gonna take every single one of my skincare. I'm I'm gonna, so like, I'm not gonna take my shampoo, like whatever, for 2 days, I'll like use a random shampoo.
2 days,
2 days is a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think packing could be stressful for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's also just nice to like not care.
No,
Like, okay,
just-
worst case scenario, I'll just like rewear something. Or worst case scenario, I'll just, I don't know, maybe buy something.
And by the way, actually, now that you've said it, I think that another revelation for me, and it happens every single time, but this time I was like, this is so true. Like I pack so many things from here, usually, like in terms of like outfits and stuff. And then when I'm actually on vacation, I realize that I pretty much don't care. Mesela that's Cem merci shot.
I was like, yes, that was cute.
I hope he doesn't mind being on the YouTube
I
channel.
don't think he cares. I think he wanted to.
He just wanted to be in the shot. which was sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I was saying is that I realized I don't really care about the outfits when I'm on vacation. I'm like, I'll just wear something that's comfortable and that makes me feel good and comfy and everything, and that's just it. And I was like, both of these realities are so different, and I think it's from the lifestyle, from maybe the location as well, because when I was here, here in Armenia, it's like everybody's always like looking at you from up to
and you know
down,
everyone,
and then people know you, and you see that, which I think is good, because otherwise, if it wasn't like that, you wouldn't want to do some prep. But at the same time, sometimes it can be too pressuring, just because, for example, when I was in Cyprus, I was like, nobody cares anyway. Like, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
And you still look cute for you, but
again, and that's the opposite side, where like nobody literally cares. It's like nobody's gonna be like, oh, you look so cute, which also like makes your day, which was an interesting thing. I was like, maybe I should just live in Armenia and enjoy that, compliment culture, and being like, wow, this is sweet, this is cute, and all of that. And then sometimes when I feel like it's too much, go on vacation and then enjoy that slow and like mindful and calm atmosphere, and then come back.
Okay, speaking of, because you keep talking about how for you vacation is calm. So do you feel like your life here is like very chaotic? And can you recreate that Cyprus vibe here at all, if you had to like figure it out? I'm just like curious.
I think so. Like theoretically speaking, I could, but I know that when I'm back to this lifestyle, I know that it's like the other Lora that is waking up. She's like, we need to do this, we need to do this and this and this, and meet all of our friends and do all the homework and then all the work, and then reach something so that I could actually do the other lifestyle a lot more. So like, let's say again, like you need to obviously have finances to be able to travel, and you're like, okay, so let's just do all of that and make sure that we have that beautiful future, so that it's not like taking a toll on me, and then I can travel. I could potentially do it here as well. It's just that I try to use my spare time when I'm here on keeping the interactions with my favorite people. Like I have so many interactions, we might not be speaking to each other every single day, but I know that we have our time that we need to book. I have lots of other friends that I'm keeping those connections, and I feel like that effort also matters. Yesterday I was actually talking to my friend, and I think it would be also interesting to talk about this and then explore it together, if you don't mind. But I realized that at some point in my life I was in this period where I was like, I don't think I want to have new interactions. Like I have my own a few like best friends, and that's enough. But right now there's been a perspective change. I haven't really had the time to analyze it in me, but I feel like there's lots of good people around me, and I really want to keep following up on our interactions. Like it's you, it's people, a few people from the office that we're not best friends with, but I'm like, I want to keep these interactions, and I am intentionally surrounding myself with good people because I feel like I'm doing myself a favor.
Of course.
And it's also motivating me and keeping that trust in people.
Totally. I love that. Obviously, one of the things I love about Armenia so much is the human interaction. And I think we've lost that a little bit in America, at least, we're in LA where I was living. Like, I feel like everything was scheduled. You had to schedule your friends. Here, there's so much more opportunity for organic interactions. Like even us, like we put together our time to do this thing together just because it brings us joy, right? But I was gonna say, the reason why I'm saying this is because, so there's two perspectives. I have a friend who, as soon as she would get back from one vacation, she was already planning the next, but in the sense that it's almost like she was so busy in her life and didn't like her life. She wanted to escape her life. So she would look at vacations as an escape from her life. And I remember clocking that. This is when we were younger. And I remember being like, I want to love my everyday life. And then I want the vacation to be the cherry on top, but I don't want it to be a way for me to be like, oh my God, I'm just gonna run myself to the ground. And then once a year, I'm gonna take a 2-week vacation. Because a lot of Americans, I think, do have that mindset where it's like, you're running yourself to the ground. And then once a year, you're taking a 2-week vacation just to rest. So I think it's also just that mindset. I've always been cognizant of like, even here in Yerevan, like life is so busy here, and that's what's great about it. But sometimes it could get overwhelming. It's city life, right? It's city life. There's always something going on. There's always an event, especially in the summer. And I am trying to find that balance of like interacting with humans, but at the same time finding my downtime so that I don't feel as though I need to escape my life to go on vacation.
100%.
I want to make that distinction because it was something that I remember clocking when I was younger, being like, oh, like my friend really likes vacation. I mean, so do I, but like we were approaching it from a very different way. And for example, when she would book a vacation, from the minute she booked, let's say if it was a month or 2 out, she would dream about it for 2 months. Whereas for me, I'd just be living my life. And then like a week or two before, I'm like, okay, so now I can focus on that. So I think like there's a distinction of like how to travel too, you know. And by the way, I want to say too, like I'm so happy to see young people in Armenia traveling so much, you know, because back in the day, like you didn't see that with the older generation. So it's really nice. Like all of our coworkers at Great Start, like they travel so much. It's really nice to see, and it's so good to just see different cultures, experience different cultures, learn how to interact with different cultures.
And by the way, at this point in Armenia, I'm sure you've seen there's so many tourists. In the past, it was like more homogenous than ever. These days, like you can walk around and see people
everywhere,
from different cultures,
it
from
feels
different
European
countries,
for sure.
And it's really cool, that part as well. And by the way, thank you for bringing that other point to my attention. Is like, I am somewhere in between those two things that you were saying, and I'm working on myself because here I'm actually, I'm driving myself crazy with all of the responsibilities that I have and with all the new responsibilities that I'm agreeing to. But at the same time, and that's one of the reasons why I was thinking that I need to go on vacations more often. Because, and I've noticed this in so many people, when you go on vacation, before that, so let's just start from the beginning. Before going on vacation, you're like, listen, like I can't go on vacation. This is coming up, and then this is coming up, and then this, let's say this event is coming, and then this meeting, and then this and this, and you're like, I can't plan my vacation. Long story short, at some point you decide that you're planning your vacation. And then when you're going on your vacation and you're kind of zoning out of this busy lifestyle, you're like, I need to do this more often because it's bringing me everything that I was lacking, and maybe like I needed to balance my life. And so every single time before coming back to this busy lifestyle, I'm like, I'm gonna do this more often. And then I'm coming back to this lifestyle and I'm like, no, but I can't because I have this, and then this is starting, and then this is starting, and then this. So I'm trying to be more open this year. So I have a lot of one of my best friends is one who pushes me so much. She's like, we're getting older, we won't have this like, you know, young friendship memories. She's always stressing about it.
You're
and
not
I'm
getting
like,
older.
we're not old. And she's like, well, you know, we need to have those memories where we travel together before we are married and have kids and do it less. So this year, we planned so many concert vacations that we want to go to, and it's like, it's going to be the motivation for us to leave. So I have the closest one is Georgia. We're going to Georgia for Justin Timberlake's
Oh my God,
concert.
when is that?
It's July, I guess
July?
23rd or 24th or something.
Nice. That's fun.
So,
That's not really, I guess that wouldn't really be a vacation. Vacation would be just
it's
more
gonna
like
be a mini experience,
An
but
experience,
still you're gonna be like outside work. And again, you obviously, I'm not gonna be working, but it's like 3 days, but because you're going and it's like driving. And then coming back and
I think also we have to note here, like you're still very young. You're in your 20s and you have a lot of energy, and this is your time to actually do these things. So like, I'm not trying to say it as like to shame you. Like obviously, like when I was your age, I was way crazier than you, like way more on the like So this is your time to really experience and experiment. You have the energy, and you're, like you said, like you're not married, you don't have big responsibilities. So like, this is your time to really push yourself. As long as you're happy, as long as you're healthy, that's all that matters. I think as you get older, like I say no to a lot more things than I ever have in my life. I used to be a yes girl, like yes to this event, yes to that event, yes to this person, yes to that. Now I get proud to say no. Have you heard that saying, JOMO, joy of missing out? So I used to have FOMO, now I have JOMO. So like now I get happy when I miss out on certain things because there's certain things that are just not for me anymore.
Yeah, well, you need to filter
and so I'm
out.
like, it's okay, I don't have to be everywhere. But I think when I was younger, I wanted to be everywhere, right? And I think I wanted to get that attention. Whereas I think as age does its thing, every decade has its thing. And I think you're still in your 20s, right?
Yeah.
So your 30s is gonna bring a whole different perspective. And then, you know, now that I've entered my 40s, like it clears a lot of things out, and it really allows you to like be like, okay, this is the stuff. And I really literally journal sometimes. I'm like, okay, what are my goals this year? And like, what are the things that I want to spend my money on? What are the ththings I want to spend my time on?
That's such a good one. Yeah.
For me, it's like, it's traveling, it's being generous towards the people that I love. I mean, yes, here and there, certain like cute things for myself, but not as much as before. Like for me now, it's about feeding my soul, and then also just being able, once my soul is full, then being able to like give that generosity, whether it's my time, my money, my wisdom, whatever it is, how can I help someone else to like get that too? So I think,
And so now that you're saying like you're not old, and so one of the experiences that I've had in Cyprus a few weeks ago, so I was buying something like souvenirs for the office and stuff in the store, and then the man who was selling it, he was like, how old are you? Like, are you 20? And I'm like, no, I'm 26. And he's like, wow, bravo, you look young. And I'm like, wow, 6 years.
Wait, what were you buying? You were buying something illegal?
Yeah,
I mean, alcohol?
What? No,
Sorry,
no.
Not illegal, sorry. Alcohol or something? No. Why did he ask your age?
No, he was just interested.
Oh, okay.
Were you buying?
Like,
yes.
Illegal.
I was buying
illegal
something
activity,
illegal,
Laura.
And I'm actually
busted.
admitting it on social media. Yeah, no, I was just buying sweets.
Oh, okay.
For the office, like, can you
That's
imagine? Like I said, I was buying something for the office, and you're like, "Were you buying something illegal?" And that's the first thing that came to
I
my
don't know
mind.
why I said illegal. I meant alcohol. Okay, sorry.
No. I was buying sweets for the office, and then he was like, "Well, wow, you look great for a 26-year-old." Like, wow,
how old are you
6 years.
supposed to look? Jesus Christ. I know.
so
Isn't that funny how like we're always trying to figure out people's ages? Like when people ask me how old I am, they're like, oh, like they get shocked or whatever. Of course you get happy, but at the same time, it's like I want to kind of get good with looking my age. Like I think there's so much of this like emphasis on like wanting to look young, but I'm like, no, like it's okay to it's good to look good for your age, right? Like anyways, that's a whole different
And
topic.
also,
That's a whole different
It's true, and also like it's about our perceptions of what a certain age is, which is crazy.
Totally.
And so, do you have is there a memory that comes to mind that is very special
About my
that you-
travels?
Yeah.
Okay. So
You had it prepared.
Oh, yeah,
I
hold on.
just thought of the
No,
question.
because I'll tell you why. While we were talking earlier, there was something I wanted to mention,
Yeah.
and then I will share another memory. Okay, so a funny thing that happened.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I would travel quite a bit with my mom.
Yeah.
My mom loved traveling, and I would go with her because I was a little baby, or a young daughter, a young girl. And so one year, I think we were traveling to Iran, if I'm not mistaken, and our luggages got stolen or broken into, whatever. So I was a teenager and I lost all of my favorite clothes. And I remember feeling so angry, right? You're young, you're so attached to stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember going, oh, that top and that, whatever. I got so traumatized that for years after that, I would never check in my luggage. So when me and my best friends went to France and Spain, for 3 weeks, I took a carry-on luggage for 3 weeks to Europe. You know how I did it?
You're gonna be with me.
You know how I did it?
Yeah.
I had dresses for the night, and then I would wear them with leggings and flats during the day. At night, I would take off the leggings, I'd put on heels with the same dress. I made it work. I'm also a Taurus, we're very practical. But I remember being like, there's no way I'm losing another piece of clothing. So that's a funny story for my travels. We're like, but then now
It's like if I'm going down, you're going down with me.
yeah, literally. So, but now obviously I'm at that point where like, I had to train myself to get over it because I'm like, okay, they're just clothes. Everything's replaceable.
Yeah.
Like every piece of clothing is replaceable, right? So like that was, but again, being young, like you're so attached to your stuff.
fair.
But like now, oh my God, like if I lost a really pretty expensive, I mean, I think I've lost it. My mom can't find it at our house. I told her to bring it with her. She's like, I can't find your dress. I'm like, but I bought it in Paris for like a lot of money. Anyway,
go to Paris
but my point is,
that
like,
reason.
now it doesn't freak me out. I'm like, whatever, it's fine.
You're just like, I'll go to Paris. Like,
No, not really, but like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
as if you
yeah,
have a
yeah, yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more like you just become detached from things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a funny thing that in my travels that I learned. But a memory. So I did my 40th in Paris and 21 of my friends came with me. And that was just, I could not believe that happened because Laura, it was a joke. Like a year before I turned 40, I would say I want to do my 40th in Paris, but I would just throw it out there like kind of as a joke. And then like some of my friends started being like, oh, like what's going on with Paris? I'm like, wait, you guys want to go? And they're like, yeah. So I decided to send an email to a bunch of my friends like, hey, would you guys be interested? And like so many people were down. So it just ended up being this thing that I manifested just by saying it. Next thing you know, 21 people showed up in Paris for my 40th 2 years ago. And that was just the most epic trip. That will always be the best vacation I've ever taken with my friends. Like, and I have different groups of friends, but everybody got along. Like sometimes we were together, sometimes everyone was doing their own thing. Like it was just the most magical,
so
beautiful, non-dramatic, amazing experience that we had. And I think we have like a group chat and here and there. We're like, when my cousin and I were in Paris a couple of weeks ago, we sent them a photo from a cafe that we all went to. So like, we will always have that memory. Priceless.
Sweet.
Yeah. How about you?
I love memories like that. The things that come to mind right now are, first of all, when it was like my first travel without my parents. It was me, my sister, and my best friend. We went to Abu Dhabi to celebrate my birthday, my 25th birthday. That was really cool because it was so special, like the way that I was seeing my best friend and my sister like go ahead and do the prep for the cake, and I'm acting like I don't understand things, and I'm like, are you prepping my cake? And they're like, no. And then they're talking to the reception and being like, do you have cake?
Nice.
And all of that. That was very, very cool. And then the first trip to Georgia for a concert, it was Bruno Mars's concert, and I'm a huge fan. And he's not coming here, so that was the first opportunity of being like, I can enjoy him and his music there. And it was like, it was so funny because I still remember the dilemma. I was standing and he was singing, and I was like, well, should I just enjoy myself, or should I just film him to remember his performance, or should I just film myself dancing while he's singing so that I can remember this moment? And I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And that's that.
But what'd you do?
I did all of the three, like one by one. Yeah, I have like a video of us enjoying the music, me and my best friend and her boyfriend and his brother. So it was like the four of us, and then there's videos of me filming his performance because the way he moves is like fantastic.
Nice.
And so it was really, really fun and interesting, and I enjoyed it so much. And we're going with the same squad to the Justin Timberlake wag.
Nice.
And there's a very touching, I think, in my opinion, touching. I mean, in this day and age, everything is being turned into creepy stories, but like, you'll tell me if it's okay. So when I was little, we again, like with my family, we traveled to Italy, and then I remember there was this little boy, and I was very, very young too. I don't know, like maybe 16, 17, whatever, I don't remember the exact age. And there was this little boy that apparently later on had a crush on me, and he was like, I don't know, 6 years old or something. And then he would tell his mom that he wanted to leave me a letter, and then and I still keep that letter because I was like, maybe like someday I'll meet.
He was an Italian kid?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then they weren't speaking English very well, but they wrote a letter. Like, I am sure she helped him because it was like a little bit how a small child would do. And so it was like, I hope to meet you again, like, love, Cesaren. It was like a cute small heart.
Is he old enough now?
Not sure, but I think so. But it was so sweet because his mom came and gave me the letter, and he was like, he wanted you to have this. And then we have a picture together, and that was a very sweet memory. I still keep that letter in one of my wallets at home.
Nice.
And small interactions like that create like special
Yeah.
memories because we were talking, like I was playing with him and all of that, and apparently it was like the smallest, cutest crush.
That's really cute.
But that was so sweet.
Nice. You should wait till
And
he's
then-
like 30 and you're like 40,
I guess
and then reach out.
I have no idea how to find him because I only know
You can put it on
his
social
name.
media. TikTok will help you find them.
Oh
Kidding
yeah.
me?
Oh my god.
Oh,
I've
people
seen
will
those
do their due
videos.
diligence,
It's
yeah.
really
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
People are
You
like,
can find anyone in
can
the
you help
world."
me find this person?
Oh,
and
they'll
then,
find it.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
And
Love
yeah,
it.
but those memories
Yeah.
are very, very sweet because like those cute small moments. And also these days I took, I don't know if it was that idea, but like I always leave small like notes for the staff
I love
that we interact with. And I also like that special moment where I'm like, I'll leave something to them.
Nice.
And then because there's obviously some people who work with you throughout all of those days.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like somebody's helping you with this or with that question or with just calling a taxi or
Totally.
whatever. And you're like, oh, let's just leave something sweet for them
I
to
love that.
be motivated by. I also leave reviews, obviously, because I think that professionally speaking, that would help them. But the notes are very special in my
Nice.
opinion.
I
So
love
I left
that.
one.
Maybe I'll
here as
start
well.
doing that. I've never thought about doing that. That's really sweet. That's very
Yeah,
nice.
I-
That's
I-
very Laura.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
love
love that.
leaving notes. That's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, especially nowadays when no one's writing anything by hand, so it's like nice to
Yeah,
get
and
that.
whenever I leave a note, somebody in the office, they're like, it was from you, right? I'm like, well, yeah, but that's
Nice.
very, very sweet.
Love it. Okay, so kind of like as like a final little thing, what would be your like kind of like travel, if you had to pick like a traveling mantra or philosophy, like what is that for you?
Do it more often.
Okay.
Enjoy it as much as you can, and make sure that you're making yourself happy. Because I feel like on vacation, we give ourselves that freedom a little more to be happy because I'm not like trying to be materialistic, but sometimes when you're on vacation, you're like, should I just buy this because it's making me happy? Like, I remember I bought, there was this ring that I liked. So I was in Cyprus in winter as well. And I went into a store and I saw a ring. It was really beautiful. I'll show you later. So I liked that ring a lot, but I was like, maybe I shouldn't just, it wasn't splurge, but still, like maybe I shouldn't buy that many accessories as I always do. So I'm like, no, I just put it back. And then this time when I went to Cyprus, I
was
found that
still
ring and I was
there?
like, I liked it so much. And then I put it back and then left. And then I was like, maybe I should just buy it. And then for the third time I went
It
into
was
the
the
store.
real same one?
Yeah. Yeah, I swear to you. And I was like, maybe it's meant to be at this point, and I just bought it.
Nice.
And
Third time's the charm.
and it was like handmade.
Nice.
And it was very sweet, and I was like, should I just take it as a memory
Yeah.
for all the times
Love
that I've tried
that.
to buy that? But like, when you're on vacation, you're like, maybe I should just
Treat
buy this
yourself.
drink. Yeah, maybe I should just buy this drink because I'll never have the chance to maybe try this
course.
again. I don't know when I'm coming back.
Of
You do
course.
that, and maybe you're like, maybe I should just go to this place and check it out because I might not be able to do this
Well,
again.
that's
like
the
you
point
never
of
know.
vacation,
Yeah.
right? Like you
And
are
like,
there
you're
to
doing
splurge and
more the things,
Yeah.
you're like broadening
Yeah.
that freedom
Yeah.
and freedom of happiness,
Yeah,
so
totally.
to say. And so I think that if you take that vacation mentality and mode a little bit more and bring it to your
Yeah.
life and being like, maybe I should
Absolutely.
just do this more, maybe I
Absolutely.
should just do this more, and then you're making yourself smile. And then I feel like you're also always taking pictures of your favorite memories that you want to keep in your heart. And I think that we can even do this in
Back
our
at
like
home.
busy
Absolutely.
lives, which and I love vacations. Those are just the source of inspiration and motivation on a whole other level. What about you?
Totally. For me, I would say, for me, traveling is really about expanding yourself in every possible way. Like expand your mind, expand your soul, expand your eyes, expand yourself. Because I think day to day, sometimes when you're in a
Felt
routine,
like one of our tools.
yeah, expand yourself. Yeah. When you're in your everyday life, no matter what, things become routine sometimes. And I think
Yeah.
the soul needs expansion. And I think by seeing something different, seeing beauty, I think it really expands you. And I think as humans, we're supposed to expand. We're supposed to learn. We're supposed to grow. We're not supposed to only be with ourselves, right? We're supposed to learn from other people. And I think traveling also really teaches you how to interact with humans that are not like you. right?
Oh, yeah.
Like when you live in a country where everyone's the same, you kind of, you
No.
know, it's
know.
right. But like when you're with a lot of different cultures, you're sort of forced to kind of take into consideration others. And I think it's a really nice thing in this international world now, especially because Armenia is becoming more and more international. It's nice to have consideration for other cultures, for other traditions, and to really like help that teach you to grow and to learn as a
Yeah.
human. So I would say just expand yourself through vacation.
Plug in. Oh, that's so cute. Let's just do it this. Ooh. And we hope you liked it. Please share.
Yeah, share your vacation stories.
Yeah, whatever you want to share about vacations. Would love to read what your favorite vacation memory is. What are your tips?
Yeah.
Funny stories, anything that you would love to share. And I don't know, to be honest, this was my favorite episode yet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Aw. Love it. I love all of our episodes, but this one was super fun.
Now you make me look.
No, that's okay.
Like, you know those cases where I'm like, I'm coming to somebody and I'm like, I love your eyes. They look so beautiful. And they're like, all of you is beautiful. And I'm like, suddenly my compliment feels like an insult.
No, I love that. No, it was obviously super fun.
No,
I'm glad that we
yeah.
got to talk about vacation, and we'll see if next month what we decide to talk about. Stay tuned.
If you have suggestions, you know what to
Yeah.
do. Comment or just DM any of
Yeah.
us. We'll look through the suggestions and we'll pick one. Love you. Bye-bye.